Good morning, thanks for joining me. I hope everybody's well and having a good week. I wasn't sure I was ever going to make this video. It was something that I have a friend who's talked a lot about weight loss online and her experiences of it, and the feedback she has had has not always been the most positive or what's the other word I'm looking for, constructive in terms of helping her along her journey. So I expect a lot of you know who I'm talking about, but weight loss issues around weight loss are something that I haven't particularly put out there in a big way ever, really. I've talked obliquely about my weight, and at one time I did have a Patreon channel actually, specifically dedicated to my attempts to lose weight and get healthier. Clearly, as you can see, I failed. I haven't got the Patreon channel anymore either. Anyway, so I wasn't sure I was going to talk about the main reason I've decided to make this one standalone video at the moment. Who knows if there'll be follow-ups, let's wait and see. The main reason I've decided to do it is that when I went looking for content about people in the UK taking these types of weight loss drugs, I couldn't find an awful lot of long form content on YouTube, and there's a lot on TikTok and there's some on Instagram as well, but it's all very short form content over there, and I was wanting to listen to someone talk about their lived experiences in more detail, and so I thought I'd do it because I couldn't find a lot of it out there, so perhaps I'm plugging a hole, who knows. Anyway, that's the reason that I'm doing this. I guess the way to start, if I'm looking down, I've made notes so I don't go off track too much. I've just propped my notebook up in the bottom of the tripod here. So I guess where we start is with my history of my weight. Now, I would say I have been overweight most of my adult life. Not all of it, but the vast majority, certainly for a significant number of years. I have been very overweight, my perception of it, very overweight since I had my son William, who's going to be 25 in February. Never quite managed to lose that baby weight and then piled on a whole lot more. I have attempted on and off throughout the years to lose weight, and then I sort of came to a period of acceptance and didn't bother so much about it. The result of that being that, you know, I put a bit more weight on, of course. So my history of weight loss, I've done all the Slimming Club things. I've been Weight Watchers, I've been to Weight Watchers, I've been to Slimming World. I first did Slimming World before I got married. So how long have I been married? 30 years, bit more than that? No, I can't remember, 28, 29 years, something like that. So a long time ago. I've also revisited the Slimming Club thing a couple of times throughout the years and lost a little bit of weight, and then given up or lost interest or stopped losing weight and got cross about it, so decided not to try anymore, or the program stopped working for me, whatever. My most successful attempt at weight loss was when I was around 40, now 56 for anyone who doesn't know, and I lost 3 stone. I did it all myself. I didn't go to any weight clubs, I didn't join anything online. I loosely based it around the Weight Watchers thing of points, but I just ate healthier, moved more, you know, the old adage, and I did lose 3 stone. Which was great, which took me down to a more reasonable weight, still overweight, but more reasonable. As I touched upon earlier, I even started a Patreon channel based on my journey after I got diagnosed with high blood pressure, this was, and started having to take high blood pressure medication. And I thought I really must make some attempts to lose weight and get fitter. And I started a Patreon channel, and about 50 of you guys came along with me for the ride, and I lost some weight, and then I levelled out, and then it all seemed like a bit of an effort. I don't know. I don't know what happened really, but I piled the weight back on slowly. Earlier this summer, I didn't talk about it on here, but earlier this summer I made another serious attempt to lose weight, and I feel like I tried really hard and I found it so hard. I lost some weight, but it came off so slowly. I didn't feel like the results were proportional to the effort being put in. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but weight just comes off slower as we get older, doesn't it? And I felt very dispirited by that. I can't help myself thinking about the amount of weight I have to lose and thinking it's just so hard and so joyless, and that's how it is for me anyway. I love a drink, I love an alcoholic drink, I love to eat food that is bad for me. All the things really, all the things that have added up to me getting to this age in my life and still fighting my weight and struggling with it. I'm also now at the age that, as I've already touched on, I've got health issues. As you will know if you watch me regularly, I've got arthritis in both my knees, which can be painful and has resulted in a very swollen knee on one side. I'm very unfit. I hate exercise. I have loathed exercise ever since I was at school, so I can't imagine that's ever going to change. But I really don't enjoy any form of physical exercise, and I have high blood pressure, for which I've been on medication. It's under control, but I'm on medication for that every day. And I guess that's all down to my weight. And then of course there's all the higher risk of high cholesterol and the higher risk of heart disease and the higher risk of stroke and all of those things as well, which we, as we get older, we start thinking about our own mortality, don't we? And that's where I got to, really. I was at the highest weight I've ever been earlier this summer. I managed to lose some weight, as I've just talked about, and I went on the cruise with my mum and my brother and his wife in July and put most of it back on, let's be honest. And I just felt I got to the stage that I could not go on like this. And I'd read about these drugs. I think Ozempic is the most well-known one, isn't it? That's the one the Daily Mail likes to write about. And I'd read about them, so I started doing some research. So I researched, I looked into it, I looked into all the whys and wherefores and all of that sort of stuff and how it works and what it does and what the downsides can be and what the upsides can be and all of that. And I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose, I'm going to give it a go. So I did. The brand name of the drug I am taking is Mounjaro. There's all different brand names, as I've already said. There's Ozempic, there's the one I'm taking, which is Mounjaro. There's also Saxenda, I think, is another one that's possibly similar but different. And there's Wegovy as well. So they're all much of a muchness in a way. I'm just going to read to you because this explains it. I asked ChatGPT to give me a simple explanation that I could read out of simple description of what it is and how it works. So I'm going to read that out to you because it's much better than me waffling through a half-assed description that it doesn't make sense. Mounjaro is a medication primarily used to treat type 2 diabetes. It works by mimicking two natural hormones, GLP-1 and GIP, that help regulate blood sugar levels and control appetite. By stimulating insulin release when blood sugar is high and reducing the amount of sugar produced by the liver, Mounjaro helps lower blood glucose levels. Additionally, it slows down digestion, which can reduce hunger, making it useful for weight management in some patients. Mounjaro is being used by some people for weight loss, even though it's primarily for diabetes. It works by helping you feel full longer and reducing your appetite. It also helps your body manage blood sugar, which can contribute to weight loss. People taking Mounjaro often eat less and lose weight over time because it reduces hunger and slows digestion. However, it is prescribed by doctors and it's important to follow their guidance when using it for weight loss. So, as it says there, it is a prescription medication. You can buy it online. It is via prescription. I buy mine online. There are lots of companies you can get it from. I did a bit of research and chose one. With the company I chose, you are actually prescribed by a doctor. You have to upload photographs of yourself with tight clothing on so they can see what your body weight looks like. You have to upload a photograph of yourself on the scales with the weight so they can see that you're at the right weight for being prescribed. I think you have to have a BMI of over 30 to be eligible for these types of drugs. And then it takes that you upload all this information, background medical information as well, and it takes a couple of days, and then you are prescribed. I was prescribed my Mounjaro, and you can order it. You want to know what it costs? It costs me £140 a month. You then get sent your Mounjaro once you've ordered it and paid for it. It comes in the post. It is a cold delivery. It has to go straight into the fridge. It has to be stored in the fridge. And you are sent a pen, an injecting pen, which has 4 doses of it, and that lasts you for 4 weeks. You start on a dose of 2.5 milligrams, and then you take that for 4 weeks, and then you can go up to the next dose if you feel it's necessary, or you can stay on the 2.5 milligrams, and you slowly titrate up. I think the highest dose, and I could be wrong about this, is 12. I'll put it across the screen. I have just finished, today is my 4 weeks have ended on 2.5 milligrams. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was really scared about injecting myself. I think it's a ridiculous thing to say, oh, I don't like needles. Nobody wants to be stabbed like a pincushion with a needle, do they? Nobody likes needles. But I was very nervous about doing it. It was fine. I barely even felt it go into my stomach. It's such a fine needle. It's absolutely fine. You don't have to do it in your stomach. You can do it in your thigh or your upper arm if you prefer. Not easy to do it in your own upper arm. It's easy to do it in your stomach because you just grab a roll of fat and put it in. You can see what you're doing. So yeah, the whole injection thing, although I'd worked myself up and was very nervous about it, it was absolutely fine. So you inject yourself once a week. What are the effects? What effects did I experience? I had an almost immediate lack of interest in food, which to me was just the most bizarre thing that had ever happened. My life, I had so much food noise going on. What am I going to eat? I want to snack. It was nothing to do with being hungry. I had just got into the worst habits of constantly wanting to eat. I think working at home hasn't helped over the years because I have constant access to the fridge and the cupboards and all the food. And just that reduction in what they call the food noise was, it was game changing for me. It was so nice. I felt in control of my own thoughts around food almost immediately. That doesn't happen to everybody. A lot of people have no effect at all to start with. So I think I was quite lucky with that. I don't feel hungry. I have not felt hungry at all. I haven't had that empty stomach feeling at all. So definitely the slowed down digestion is working for me. I've been out for lunch with friends and orders. I mean, it's not like you don't enjoy food anymore. I still enjoy what I eat. I still look forward to what I'm going to eat, but I just have more control. I can eat a packet of mini cheddars and one little tiny packet is enough. I'm not immediately thinking, oh, I could just have another one of those, which is how I thought before. It's genuinely been life-changing in that way, just absolutely. That the mental thing for me has been huge, absolutely huge. I really do feel more in control of myself around food than I have for years, which is great. A side effect that I hadn't thought of but is a thing of this is that I've saved money. I used to wander around the supermarket. I used to go to the supermarket to think, oh, I just fancy such and such, I'll pick that up, and then buy a load of stuff that I didn't need and wasn't really that good for me. And I've stopped doing that. I have no interest in doing that anymore, which is brilliant. And I've genuinely saved, probably not £140 a month, which is what I'm paying for the drug, but I would say £100 a month. I would say I have saved £100 in the last month on food. A, because I'm eating smaller portions and eating less and don't need to buy as much, and B, because I'm not buying crap that I was eating before. So that's good. Now, I guess another thing you might be interested in is, are there side effects? The side effect that I have had is that I have been a little bit constipated. Not hugely, but just over it wasn't to start with, it was okay to start with, and as I've got further into the first month, I have become more constipated. I am now taking psyllium husk capsules as recommended by my mother, and we'll see if they make any difference. But you can get nausea as well. I have felt very slightly nauseous occasionally, but nothing major at all. I know there are other side effects that people have had, but that's genuinely the only side effects that I've had personally. And there are other side effects that they say you can get, and I've seen in Facebook groups that other people have had other side effects, but that's what's happened to me. Now you'll want to know, but Caroline, how much weight have you lost? Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? So let me tell you. So week 1, I lost 5.2 pounds. Week 2, I lost 1.6 pounds. I was a little bit disappointed by that one. I felt like I deserved more of a loss that week, but that's okay. Week 3, I lost 4.8 pounds, and week 4, which is this week, I've just weighed in this morning, was 2.2 pounds, making a grand total of 12.8 pounds, which I am very happy with. I would have liked to have got the 14 pounds, the 1 stone loss in the first month, but that's okay. It's still a really good loss and I'm really pleased with it. I have just injected this morning, I'm filming this on Monday, I've just injected my first 5 milligram dose. So we'll see how we get on with that. I have found the food suppression has worn off for me towards the end of the 7-day period after the injection, a bit more the last 2 weeks than it did the first 2 weeks. So I've been a little bit more looking for foods, not feeling hungry, but just my brain thinking, I quite fancy something to eat. So I think the mental thing is going to be, because I've never been someone who ate because I was hungry. I ate because I wanted to eat food. I wanted the pleasure of eating the food, and I wanted the wrong foods. I am hoping that this whole process will retrain me to eat more mindfully and healthily. That is my plan. There is, of course, the issue that when you come off these drugs, you can go back to how you were before. I'm hoping that won't be the case, but there is a chance that I will need to be on it for the rest of my life. If that is the case, am I prepared to do that? I don't know, I'm not sure, but possibly yes. If it means that I am slimmer and healthier and have less health issues, then probably it's a no-brainer. Probably it would be a yes. Anyway, that is my experience so far with the month of Mounjaro. Whether I will do another follow-up video or not, I don't know. I'm going to see how the comments go. Certainly I will not entertain a level of criticism that puts me into a negative headspace. But if there's enough interest and the comments remain a fairly positive place, then I might do a follow-up. Also, if you've got any questions, perhaps I'll do a Q&A. I deliberately haven't said where I have bought the medication from. It's a totally kosher website. It's a proper doctor, a proper prescription. I've got an actual prescription and all that. I deliberately haven't said because I don't want it to feel like I am pushing weight loss drugs on anybody. So very much do your own research into that. I won't be sharing where I get it from because I don't think that's necessary or helpful. And yeah, I'm very mindful that this is a prescription drug that I am choosing to take, and I don't want to push it at other people and be sort of seen to be going, oh yeah, get it from here. It's just a bit of a grey area that I feel more comfortable not talking about that. So yeah, I've waffled enough. Thanks for watching. I hope it was useful. I'll do a follow-up if the comments are positive and you will be interested, so let me know. Thanks very much. See you soon. Bye-bye.